Hello and welcome to 5.5, Determine Absolute Extrema from Candidates. Today we're going to be talking about how to mentally understand what candidates serve as absolute extrema and minimum, and absolute absolute extremum, both mins and maxes. So how do we do that? Let's say that we have a graph that looks a little, sorry, wrong layer, something a little like this. Okay, it looks like a little W. It starts to go back up. When we're looking at candidates for absolute extrema, both mins and maxes, let me actually rewrite this. I want to see it something more like this. More like this. Let's say that this is our graph, and we want candidates for absolute extrema. Well, what we first have to do is number one, pick what these extrema are. Pick what these candidates are. To find this, we would find what f prime is, where f prime is, and where it equals to 0. Those would be these little humps right here. Those would be your relative or absolute max. They can also be absolute, max, or minimums. They could be your absolute extrema, as well as local extrema. So when it's f prime is equal to 0, or f prime equals does d and e, when it does not exist. Kind of just your critical points, what your critical points, what your CPs are. That's your first candidate. That's your easiest and best candidate to see. Your second candidate would be your endpoints, because those don't always have to be don't have to make their derivative equal 0, but they could be your mins and max, like it is on this graph in this case, but isn't in this case. The min is a f prime, f prime equals 0, but its max is just an endpoint. And that truly is basically everything for 5.5. It's just analyzing the graph and mentally understanding what it is to have mins and maxes on the graph. But yeah, that's basically it. Just try to apply calculus to find the mins and maxes, and yep,